You ready to just hop into this?
I'm ready, bro. Let's run it.
Wow, I think this will be the first episode that I post up.
All right, fire.
Coming back.
I'm honored.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AYOO CHILL podcast. It's been a while. I haven't seen y'all in a minute. Listen, we got a whole bunch of podcasts ready to get started with. AYOO CHILL's coming back full force with a solo podcast, offering it out to the New Jersey community. But before we hop in all of that, to the left of me, to the right of your screen, I have somebody. Some people. Some people call him the Turkish delight.
Oh.
Someone call him the baklava that's all nuts.
What? I can't send this to my family anymore. Don't watch this episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one, the only, the creator of MadMinds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Turkish Royale.
Woo, yo, it is an honor to be here, bro, with the legendary AYOO CHILL. What's poppin', bro? That was the funniest intro. No, but that's what it's all about, bro. We having fun, man. How you feeling, bro?
Dude, I'm feeling great. Just got the opportunity to film a couple of podcasts before this first one dropped with a shout out. I guess you guys are gonna know who's gonna be on the lineup, but we got C Dot, who's somebody we just met.
Yeah, because of our boy Cam with the fucking camera, and then straight from Maine.
Also Envy, so we got
the young goat.
Yep, and then we got a couple other podcasts that are not filmed yet, but that are.
You've been busy, bro. You've been busy. You got the performance of the night videos. You've been filming. You just showed me them shits look fire. Y'all better start performing better because those videos are worth it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but dude, what else is new besides all that, bro? We've been cooking. MadMinds been cooking.
Dude, MadMinds, I think is like right now probably the highest it's ever been.
Yeah, we're fucking
I'd
cooking.
have to say that. Yeah.
I feel like we're all so busy, so like tired. It's hard to sometimes even realize how much progress we've made. But
shout out progress.
Shout out progress for real, bro. But nah, I'm so grateful, bro. Like we got October 26th coming up. When is this gonna release, this episode?
Maybe in like a week.
Cool. Would you think we can get it before the 26th?
What is this? 26th.
Today's the 20th.
Sure.
All right. So look, if this video hasn't dropped yet, then you know it just happened on the 26th. But if it's about to drop before the show, then the 26th we're gonna be at the Somerville with Rick celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, Rick! By the way, it's his birthday today.
Shout
the
out
goddamn
Rick.
Goat right there, doing all the shit that everybody ever needed to do for MadMinds to be successful. So that's the Goat. And Misfits album release party. We got Bobby Shmurda November 7th at the Williams Center.
Bobby Shmurda, bro.
What's happening
That's
right now?
Nuts, dog.
In truth, we've been some hot. Yo, remember when he threw the hat up? That shit still ain't came back.
Just like my dad. I had to say it. I'm sorry. I can't help myself, dude. I'm not in the suit. I'm not in the suit.
That's so fire.
I could be. We're chilling. We're chilling.
Nah, that's so fire, bro. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's just crazy how that all came about. Like, shout out to the Williams Center, bro. Shout out to Joe Kelly for real because he gave us that opportunity. So shout out to you, Joe. Whichever camera you're watching from right now in the edit, you're the fucking GOAT. Williams Center, man. They love and support MadMinds the same way we love and support them. So it's very rare to find. And we've got a few venues now, like Alpha Wave. Shout out to Alpha Wave where we're hosting this amazing podcast nowadays, bro, because they've given us a home base, somewhere to grow. And because of you telling us to be more consistent and pushing the MadMinds Live and them being such a gracious host, for real, we have found our home and we've just grown because of it. So life is dope right now, bro. Life is dope. Busy as fuck.
Life is dope, but busy, man.
Yeah.
If you asked me at this point last year if we would be doing as many shows, I think my answer would probably be like, that's the goal.
yeah, exactly.
That's what we're working towards.
And now we're like, whoa.
Yeah, now we're here, and it's like, whoa.
Oh,
and it comes to the point where it's even like, I think it was mostly Rick. Maybe you a little bit got offended when I was like, "Oh, is the 26th a takeover? Am I doing the podcast?"
We were both a little offended.
I was like, "My bad. We're doing so many shows.
It's a lot right now."
That I was like, "Oh, I thought it was gonna be like an Envy album release party where it just
Nah.
kind of focuses on like the album release."
So that was really dope, right? So
Yeah.
Envy, for the people watching, is one of our great artists that work with us, and he's actually on the team. Met us through MadMinds Live, and made his way to be a huge part of the team. So shout out to him too. But through that relationship, we discovered that we could do like these album release shows, and that one was kind of like a test launch, and it was for our boy Envy, right? So we made it a free show, just invited everybody out and just celebrated. But moving forward with people like Misfit, who we love, and they're such a integral part of the community, it's like we could do the same thing for them and combine it with what we already got. So it's a huge show still, and we are still putting on for this album, making sure everybody who's at the show is supporting that artist. So we're testing it out, man. We're gonna see how it goes. We definitely need you podcasting.
Yeah.
It's important, man.
I didn't know.
Nah, it's great. It's great.
Oh, word.
But we've been so busy, bro, and not just this, but like regular life stuff. I know everybody's going through some crazy shit. Like I'm working nonstop. You're going through your work change and trying to get this new gig. And I know Progress's smoke shop had a fire because of a bird, and he's still going through the fire inspection thing. And it's like so many people on their own personal life are going through it. But what I'm grateful for is being able to come back to like our team, our family, and just like having a fucking great time, pretending like that shit don't matter for a couple days and just getting to it. But I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm tired.
Yeah. Sometimes, dude, I feel like when I wake up in the morning, like I just like respawn. The lights just turn on immediately. I'm like, oh, I got shit to do that I just need to go do immediately.
Right
dog,
back to
you
it.
know?
Restarted from the save checkpoint. Nah, but my brother told me something the other day that I think kind of affected me in a positive way a lot. We're digging a hole to put a tree in, and it's a big hole. And Khan, my brother, shout out to him. He's a beast. He's doing way more work than me digging this hole. Like I'm helping, but he's doing the heavy lifting. And I got this pickaxe, and I'm moaning and groaning. Fuck, with this pickaxe. And mind you, he went 10 times harder. So he said, "Man, shut the fuck up and suffer in silence like a real man." Damn. And that shit. I thought about it. He didn't moan and groan not one time. He didn't make one peep. And here I am doing way less work, really complaining. Like I was really complaining. So I tried to stop making the noises that I was making, which sounds funny, but it was difficult. Like I thought I was going to throw up. I couldn't tell him that because he was going to roast me. But it really put it in perspective. Like he's also suffering right now, but he's choosing to not bitch and complain. So that's when I said I'm tired, that's what I thought of. I'm like, here I go, bitching and complaining again.
Yeah, I think there's a balance between it, though.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? For sure. There's some points where, I think my dad probably feels the same, but now he's older and he can't feel pain. So it's if this man broke his leg, he'd look at me and he'd be like, I don't need to go to the hospital, man. Just stop complaining.
Is there some good in that though? Because I feel like in our generation we were taught that that's not cool, and I think you're right. There's a beautiful middle ground. But what do you think?
Yeah, like I said before, I think there's a beautiful middle ground to it because I think that sometimes you do need a kind of. I don't like the word suppress because I don't think I think suppressing kind of describes what's going on, but it doesn't really describe what your intention is and what you're doing. It's more like I need to put these feelings aside and let me process them later and let me just get the job done and then I could reassess.
Yeah.
Because that's sometimes just how it needs to be. That's how I treat things that are really hard in my life. Even sometimes I don't necessarily enjoy editing all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm just
that's one of those things. Put your head down.
I just gotta just do it, just get through it. And then after be okay, maybe next time I'll go for a walk. Maybe and not edit 6 hours straight. And maybe it'll make it better. You know what I mean? And then maybe I don't have to be as difficult. Because, at the end of the day, if you do keep doing things that are super difficult at a high level all the time, you're just gonna burn out.
You're gonna burn out. And I think that maybe previous generations were way too extreme in their harshness, and maybe that I feel like a part of the newer generation, which I'm a part of, is a little too extreme in their sensitivity. So I think that we got to find that middle ground because I think there's so much to be said about being able to be strong through tough times and tough situations. And I think there's so much to be said about like being able to feel what you want to feel.
There's a life to live after the
exactly.
pain, you know?
Yeah, like you got to be able to have that empathy and that self-respect almost to not torture yourself and just be okay with it, you know? Because like you said, you don't want to just burn out and live a tough, cold life all the time.
Absolutely.
But that's dope. That's what I thought of when I said I was tired.
I love it. We're just gonna keep this natural, bro. I love how we're just kind of going on these tangents.
Great, dude.
I like it when I feel like more loose.
Me too.
Especially, I don't get to talk as much when I'm podcasting with people, like, you know, back and forth. I really have
more
to
of an
focus
interview.
on, like, it's more of an interview.
And me and you haven't gotten to talk a lot in a while, bro. So it's fun just catching up.
Yeah, dude. It's like because we haven't had a podcast together since 2021 or 2.
If you mean like a full length podcast,
Yeah, no,
I mean
like,
technically
literally.
for the people at home, we did this podcast a couple months ago.
Yes,
a month or 2 ago, and we lost the file.
we lost the audio.
That shit would have probably been a good one.
That was a banger. I thought it was a banger.
I don't remember not one sentence of it.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about what we're talking about now, but like even the amount of things that have changed from like a couple months ago.
That's what I was just gonna say.
It's insane.
It's nuts. Like I feel like that podcast we were filling in so much about everything that transpired over the year or two, and now it's like so much has transpired in just a month or two since then. So what do you think has like? Because I guess let's pretend like the last podcast didn't happen, right?
Okay.
It's been how long? Almost 2 years that we've been super dialing in on the team wavelength.
Yeah, I would say like maybe a year. Well, I would say like we really, really stepped up, I think, whenever we started the lives, which is like...
That was October of last year.
Yeah, that was October of last year. And that's kind of like when we kind of discussed like we needed to be more consistent.
Yep.
And I was talking
Shout out
about...
to you.
Yeah, and I was talking about consistency with the MadMinds Live, and I'm glad that kind of also applied. You were like, okay, if we're consistent with the lives, we have to be consistent with the takeovers. We have to be consistent. And then we've added so many like facets to the MadMinds world now too, because it's funny. I still have trouble kind of explaining to people what MadMinds is at certain points. I have a really easy time telling them, hey, MadMinds Live, I have the whole spiel down. You know, it's like...
I've heard you break down the 3 show types very well. I think you do it better than anybody.
Yeah, because I
Hit
told
me
them...
with it.
All right, bet. All right, bet. So I told them, I'm like, MadMinds is broken up to 3 facets. We have MadMinds Live, MadMinds Reload series, and then MadMinds Takeover. So MadMinds Live is New Jersey's only open mic podcast. Here, it's our residency show here at Alpha Wave Studios. It's the beginning of every Wednesday of every month, and literally people have
first Wednesday
of every month, and people get the opportunity to perform on stage. We spin a wheel on stage. You get a 5-minute set, and then you get 5 minutes to get interviewed on stage, and it's me, you are the hosts, and then we have a revolving guest that come through. We've had Grammy Award winners. We'd have just insane
fucking
producers.
B-Corn, who produced for Travis Scott, Stargazing, and so many other people.
And
we got
like
Wave
legends.
Change. We've had some sick panelists this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been one full. It's been 10 episodes, so we have 2 months left to fulfill a year. But man, I can't believe the quality of, like, we had Ethan Ross, we had Wonderlust. I've been following Wonderlust on YouTube for years. Yeah. Turns out he's Rick's boy's roommate, and now he's one of the gang. Like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, Samad Savage was our first episode. We had Dirty Dank Jersey.
That
DDJ.
was one of my favorite episodes ever, dude. Shout out to Dirty Dank Jersey, bro. Man. He's really been riding for so long. I'm so glad he got to be a panelist, and I feel like that just showed, like, I love that we call it the MadMinds world now, by the way, because we really have a MadMinds universe. Yeah. It's like the Marvel universe. I got so many different superheroes in my mind. Yeah. I love that that's happening in real time. But Dirty Dank Jersey, bro, gave us a show and a half. Just all the goodies and positivity and energy he brought.
He's just a light of life. Just
oh my God, just a giant human being full of love, dude.
You could put him in any room, and like, you know, I think that's why he succeeds so much, like in what he does, and he's actually like. I don't think he ever talks about it enough. He mentions it here and there, but he's definitely like a master networker.
Yeah, marketer, like, networker. Yeah, I think what you just said is so important. I don't think people give themselves enough credit, maybe us included. You know, I think that people, all the artists that are performing, all the people coming to support, like, everybody is doing such an important thing that's so hard to do. Like, it's not easy going to every one of your boys' performances and turning up for them every single time. Yeah. Like, that's a hard thing to do. So It's the same thing to be the artist or the panelist or be a Chico Dirty Dank jersey. Like, it's not easy doing it. So shout out to you guys, bro. For real, keep doing what you got to do.
And so that's kind of like a short synopsis of the MadMinds Live. Then I like to go into MadMinds Reload because I thought that, you know, I'm like very big on history and I love it. And so when I think of MadMinds history and the history that's taken place in New Jersey through MadMinds, I think now like you guys are anywhere between like 10, 11 years old now.
Sure, yeah.
So, or I guess I said you, but I guess we.
Fair. It's us.
So it's existed for 10 to 11 years now. And its origins are in hip hop. And I actually love to say that, you know, funny enough, I know that we had a period of time where I'm like, we need to expand past hip hop. It's going to help.
And I would always say we are expanded past hip hop, but every artist would be around. Like, we're not just hip hop, bro. I don't know what show you're at, bro, but all those rappers are way more than just hip hop.
But to give you the benefit of the doubt, like I think you had a couple of people there who were really incredible, but it was like one out of like 16.
No, yeah, we would always try to sneak somebody not hip hop in there,
and they'd kill it. And
of course,
and
the crowd is very receptive. Like the community loves just art and people, so it works. But yeah, no, we've definitely grown past. Like our last live here, that lineup was fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was sick.
That was like a roller coaster of vibes and music. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
It was insane. And just to touch upon like the reload, the idea of the reload was like, let's pay an homage to the origins of MadMinds, where you guys would get a smaller venue, but like as many people as possible just go up to the open mic and get to perform. And you know, at a certain point, it was literally just takeovers and MadMinds Live, which was difficult because it's a shorter open mic. Yeah. Not everybody gets to perform, and I love the idea between like, hey, let's just give back as much as we can. Exactly. You know, and I love that. And I think, what was the number? It was like 60 something people got to perform.
Yeah, I think the first one was 62, and I think that the next one was like 57. And yeah, I mean, we just get as many artists as we fucking can. Yeah,
and I think that's incredible because I think that's what everybody wants to do at the end of the day is just perform. So that's the Reload series. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's like it pays respect to the history of MadMinds. You know,
and also like is a FOMO. It was so successful too.
Oh yeah, man, dude, the FOMO days.
FOMO was a big launch for us too. That was like one of those first steps in the progress of MadMinds. I mean, way back, I don't even know if you know this, but me and my boy Cy, Rightful Disciple, and Progress would remember this, but we used to do open mics at Boon Tunes. You ever heard of Boon Tunes?
Yeah, I have.
So we were shutting it down back in the day at Boon Tunes, and that's what it was. It was just as many people as possible performing on this open mic, and obviously it was smaller, but it was fire. And since then, we really never brought that back until FOMO. So that was like a 6-year gap. That was before COVID to way after COVID, and now it's like at Somerville, and I'm trying to make that a traveling circus. Like I'm trying to take the Reload across the country, and just do open mics.
I think that would be the easiest one to do too, because a lot of the other things require a lot of planning
and community and love and understanding. Like the MadMinds Live is such a great opportunity for everybody, but it's such a limited amount of people that perform. And as you know, that's inspired by Kill Tony, obviously. And for the people that don't know, you should watch Kill Tony. That shit is fire. But it's like that mystery. Like what are we gonna get today? And is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna be terrible? Is it gonna be good? We don't know.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching up until this point of the podcast. I'm here to remind you that if you want to continue to help support AYOO Chill and its goal of uplifting the music culture and community in New Jersey through art, please consider going to ayoochill.com. That's AYOO chill.com. Cop yourself some merch. We got hoodies, we got tote bags, we got water bottles, we got this really cool notebook that I designed myself with a bunch of words that have to do with Jersey. Definitely support the movement, support me, and if you can't, that's fine. The best thing you can do besides that is leave a like and comment on this video down below and just tap in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out my Instagram page at AYOO Chill Studios on Instagram, AYOO Chill Studios on TikTok, AYOO Chill Podcast, AYOO Chill Studios. Also, we have 2 YouTube channels on the YouTube, so go check that out. Check out, again, AYOO chill.com. Help support the movement, and if you can, you could even donate on the website as well. I appreciate you guys so much. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. I think there's a lot of things in it too. Even like touching back on live, there's a lot of things like where I come as like a classical musician.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I think no matter what genre of music you come from or what genre of art, whether it be spoken word or anything else that you want to do, it's challenging.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that if you get booked for a takeover, which we'll touch on next, but if you get booked for a takeover, obviously it like helps you get a lot better and like we'll see you develop. But I think, I don't know, maybe I want your thoughts on it. I've seen people I think develop the most through the lives.
Yeah, I mean, I think that could definitely be true. And I think it's for two reasons. One is the consistency. Mm-hmm. Like, we now have a great location, sound, quality, visually, like every which way a performance can be graded, Alpha Wave is top notch. Mm-hmm. So you get to see yourself in that setting as an artist month after month after month. Now, some people have been on almost every single live ever. They got picked. They brought friends. Their friends signed them up on the wheel. They got picked 5, 6, 7 times in a row now. Plus, they'll come to the other open mics. Plus, they'll come to the takeovers. Plus, they'll be getting featured spots elsewhere. Mm-hmm. So they're getting, 20 plus performances over the year?
Yeah.
So this has given them that, like to your credit with the consistency, like the testing ground, the development grounds. Whereas a takeover was, once every quarter?
Yeah.
Once every 3 months back in the day, and we just knew you were dope as fuck and could bring a bunch of people out, so we'd put you on the lineup, and then here's your first fucking performance in months.
Yeah. And to get that full band,
my God,
behind you, and have to improvise with them, improvising your own music.
Yep.
And there's things there where it's like, I think sometimes when I would say like trained or classical or people who are more on the like musical side rather than the lyric side of like performances, they judge rappers being like they don't get the performance aspect of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what's insane? I've never seen so much communication from the artist. I love when they look back at the drummer and they're like, hey, this part, but they're doing it in the middle of a performance, which is like, that's difficult to do.
And we're kind of setting them up too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got picked. Here's a full fucking band.
Yeah, and
figure it out.
Yeah, but that's perfect because I think that's what makes them even better. And like, one of the people, like, See So Crazy, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw him like the first time, I mean, he was like talented, I could tell, but I was just like, I don't know like what it is. Like, I'm not feeling it yet.
You're one of those judgy people.
Yeah, but now it's like, dude, like it's undeniable. You can't. And I would say the same thing.
Shout out to See So Crazy, man. We met him at FOMO. He got a featured artist spot his first time. Mm-hmm. We saw him. I was like, this kid is fire.
Yeah, man.
And he's changed so much. He went from the shortcut. They know me as See So Crazy to now the versatile, long-haired beast. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. So yeah, man. That's what I got to say about Live.
The other thing is we give feedback.
Yes, I think that's a big part too.
Yeah,
it makes them think.
We're actually giving them feedback, and it's like they know we love them. So it's like nobody's giving bad advice, and some of them you see take the advice. Mm-hmm. You know, when they take the advice, you see the changes, and on the next show, you say, "Hey, he did that thing. Yeah, you know, he did that thing that was missing last time." Or just, for example, like Milla Bands. Shout out to you. She was so nervous the first time, like giggling. By the third time, her swag was unmatched. She was just up there having a great time, and like. Everybody can improve no matter how good you are, right? But seeing people get comfortable in their own skin and just being able to have fun, because I think people forget the most important thing is to have fun. Mm-hmm. Like if you're thinking too much about how to perform while you're performing, you're going to lose the music, the soul. Yeah. But if you're up there having a great time, naturally people are going to vibe with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally.
Ooh.
Out of the
he don't forget. I thought he forgot.
No, I didn't forget. MadMinds Takeover.
Huh?
Literally our festival show.
I like that.
Taking different forms, sometimes a lot bigger, sometimes a little bit smaller, but I think the message that translates throughout them is that it's a big event.
Oh yeah.
Regardless. We have vendors there. Mm-hmm. It's very well planned. I mean, we bring out all the stops for it, you know, like we don't take any shortcuts with
Absolutely.
it. You know, we're trying to get the best of the best.
Point. The team is all there, the cameras are there.
Yeah.
Huge space, and we usually get 15 featured artists, give or take, and they just all fucking shut it down. They're the best. I mean, they're our favorites.
Yeah, and I think too, like, you know, speaking on like Williams Center, Underground has had their like different shows now. I think we've done maybe at least 4 shows at the Underground total with MadMinds now, in general, because we had the
definitely
show.
done the 2 takeovers and the Envy show. I don't know if there was a 4th, but there could have been.
Yeah, maybe. So,
well, this is gonna be if we have one more. So if that's not 4, that we got 4 coming.
Yeah, no, the Underground, I love it. It's a cool venue. I still low key think that we need to get our sound.
I think I'm gonna bring all my my sound equipment that I have at home now.
Cool.
That might change the game a little bit.
Yeah, because I think that's the only thing that's holding back. That's my biggest.
I agree.
That's honestly my only gripe with Underground.
No, they're great.
Besides that, the venue is awesome.
Yeah.
Literally those stairs that you walk down
sick.
and you have like a high ground of seeing everything.
sick.
They have a bar down there. The food there is incredible. The staff there is incredible. Shout out Griffin, for,
seriously
for you know,
OG MadMind right there, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The MadMind's roots run deep, man. They really run deep. We've touched so many people across the state of New Jersey and even in New York and PA. Like, it's really unbelievable. It really is, and I'm super proud of us, dude. Proud of you. Grateful for you guys. I feel like this Bobby Shmurda thing is it's kind of a huge step forward.
I think it is. You know, it's funny. Do you want to talk about
yeah, let's talk about that.
Why not?
What are you thinking about it?
You know what's funny? You have this thing where you like to hear everybody's stuff. And
I do.
And for me, it's like I kind of try to look at it as objective as possible because there is something to be said. Man, I actually gotta really be careful. I think there's something to be said where it's like, if we're gonna step up in shows, like what does it mean to have, a celebrity or like this big name that everybody knows, and like looking at it from a perspective of like, okay, I think in this case, regardless, any way you look at it, it's dope as hell.
Yeah, it's a win.
It's so dope. You know what I mean?
Another one.
If you want to look at it from like a business perspective, to be honest, that's the only part where I actually do not envy anything that you need to deal with that. I'm literally like, I think, it's funny. I've had some people like come to me on the side because they know that we're close, and they're like, yo, so like, what's the like business side stuff of looking at it? I'm like, dude, Turk is the master negotiator.
I don't even do anything.
Yeah, I was like, Turk knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle it and all that stuff. I literally leave that to him. I was like, if he asks me for advice about it and he lets me in on it, I'm obviously going to be there and give him everything. But when it comes just from a standpoint of whether it's a good idea or bad idea, Venn diagram, pros and cons, I think that there's way more pros to it than cons. And especially if like certain things on the business side of it make sense, you know what I mean? Because we don't want, and I think this is obvious for everybody who, if you're listening, as like a member of the MadMinds, like we can't do shows where we keep losing money.
Yeah, shout out to MadMinds Live.
Shout out to MadMinds Live, bro.
It's worth it. It's an investment.
But like we can't do shows where we're losing like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and luckily we're not in that position. And I would be super open and transparent about this because I feel like there's really nothing to hold back with people. Like, I don't think that I need to gatekeep any information. I'd love to help people figure it out too. And I think we're learning. I don't think I know much of anything. I just know what worked for me and like maybe some pattern recognition that I've developed over years of doing it, that I know what I think is going to be successful versus what I know won't. And that's probably my only advantage. But for this situation, partnering with Williams Center has been the like risk deduction factor, because I've attempted to do this multiple times. If I was a master negotiator, we would have probably booked many artists in the past that were bigger, but it's a scary thing. It's a lot of money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I remember one time the first artist I ever reached out to was A Boogie with the Hoodie. He tried to hit me with $100,000 bill. Mm-hmm. I had never even seen that number in my life. Mm-hmm. That was the scariest shit ever. And obviously we didn't do it. I don't got $100,000. Mm-hmm. But in this case, this was an opportunity that, was presented to us through our friends at the Williams Center because they believe in us. They believe in MadMinds. They saw it as a strategic partnership because we bring the community and the artists and the lineup and the vibes and the coordination and the promotion and the marketing, which we crush. Mm-hmm. And they provide the venue and all their expertise, and they're negotiating, and they're the ones that are really taking care of that, like that deep back end stuff. And luckily for me, they're bringing me in on it and being super transparent the way that I would love to be for anybody watching, anybody that ever needs advice. But they have really blessed us. So even though the financial upside might not be as as present as with a solo show that MadMinds does, the like marketing and the experience and that level of things is really all positive. There's practically almost no downside. You know what I mean? We know what number we have to hit. We always hit the number. And we got Bobby Shmurda. So I mean, shout out to them.
And I think that's so dope. And I think that's like, you know, if this is a sign that MadMinds is on an upward trajectory and has been in an upward trajectory. Sometimes I hate how people, they need to see something like tangible to be like, hey, like, oh, you finally made it. But it's like, yo, regardless if Bobby Shmurda happened on November 7th or not.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with it.
Like, I think we would have so much to show for it. But now it's just like, oh, bet. Like, we've proven ourselves before. Our last show at Williams Center was tough.
Nuts, dude.
It was
That was
tough,
awesome.
bro. Yeah, no, it was.
That felt like the culmination of a year of building the community. And that was like, a lot of the artists in the community, man, you guys know who you are. They are supportive. They have become best friends. Like, they are, all these little dots are connecting for all the people, and they're going to each other's shows and other shows, and everywhere they go, they're putting on for each other and for MadMinds the same way that we're doing vice versa. And that Williams Center show, that felt like the culmination of that energy. Like, people were not leaving. People were not stepping outside the smoke. They were just locked in, artist after artist after artist, and that's the dream, bro. In just 6 hours, absolutely crushed that set too, bro. That was one of my, like, him, like, what a perfect example of seeing an artist grow through MadMinds. Like, obviously by their own efforts, you too, but just being able to provide the space and to be able to witness it is so dope, bro. It's so dope. Like, super proud of these guys, and I'm just excited to see how the show goes November 7th. I mean,
I literally don't think, and I think that this actually opens the door too, because in the worst way possible, that's a crazy way to start a sentence.
No, what's up?
In the worst way possible, I hate how, you know, you need to show stuff like that to be able
Social
to
validation
to
is
move
garbage,
up.
but it's real.
Yeah, you know, it's like, okay, cool. Like, now that Bobby Shmurda is gonna be through the doors for us, hey, now next time we want to talk to
Whoever.
Yeah, literally whoever. You know, we could drop a bunch of names, but like whoever, it's like, hey, yo, now we had that in the door. Like,
and I hate that stuff too. So that's why I said in the worst way. And maybe if we were more, you know, thinking in that way, we would have been able to do more of those socially verifiable things. But me personally, and I feel like a lot of us are the same way on the team, I don't give a crap what nobody says or thinks or what it looks like. Like, I drive a shitty car, bro. I wear regular clothes. I don't like flexing, nothing. It's like, I do this shit, and I know you guys all agree. I know everybody on the team is the same way. I do it because I love it, bro. Like, I love the people. I love the vibes. I love music. I love art. I love building something. I love community. Like, and we got that. Like, like, if you ask me, we're doing everything we want to be doing.
Yeah, we're literally living.
Yeah, we're living those dreams, bro. So, like, I don't know what, like, social status you have to reach for it to be proven to the public, but, like, in my heart, it's none of that is even slightly relevant.
And in a weird way too, it's like, to me, November 7th, and it's nothing against, like, Mr. Shmurda, if you're watching this.
I hope so.
Yeah, because, like, for me, and I think you feel the same too in this, it's always just about working with great people.
Yeah.
So for me, a 10 out of, like, a 9 out of 10 experience on November 7th would be watching the community have the time of their lives, and just watching them and watching them out and being like, yo, like, we're literally watching this together. Bro. Like, we're watching this as a family, and then and seeing because Bobby Shmurda, in no matter which way you put it, I think it's just cool.
He's the coolest.
It's so freaking cool.
Ever,
it's so freaking cool. What would make it a 10 out of 10 for me
is if he got involved.
If he was like, because for me, it's always about working with good people. That's what I care about most of all. First,
100%.
I rather let go of opportunities if the people are weird. Not weird as in, like, you know, like.
Well, we're all weird.
Yeah, we're all weird.
I get what you mean, like shady or like
shady or
morally
just, like,
incompatible.
Yeah. So, like, 10 out of 10 is like, if Bobby was like a genuine
watching
guy,
it with us and having a great time.
You know, having a great time. Like, why not, dog? Yeah, dude. He's like, MadMinds? Bro, you should get on stage with the hat and
throw
just
the hat. Watch it disappear. I love
dude,
that.
what happens to get a bunch of little MadMinds hats, bro?
Oh, that's fire. Yeah. We'll give him one.
That would be dope.
Yeah, we should get him some gifts or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's an after party, and apparently he's going to stay.
I'm with it.
Of course we were away. You're on the job.
It's against my will.
Dude, that's the best, dude. That's really awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just really excited for it. But the MadMinds takeover has taken such has grown a lot too, and yeah, it's just cool seeing us step from opportunity to opportunity, because we could even go back some of my favorite shows ever. Claremont, bro. Shout out to Claremont.
Nah, we missed those.
They're
guys.
yeah, we definitely need to tap in with Claremont again at some point.
They got a really dope new spot.
Yeah,
Kind of deep though. It's in Hamburg.
Yeah, that's the issue. But I think some of my favorite shows were those shows at Fairfield.
When the lights went out that one time.
Yeah, that was such an experience, dude. Dog.
What a stressful time.
Yeah,
I got footage of it. Cue the footage. That was a sick montage.
One picture. It's just one picture. Or
it's pitch black.
Worst comes to worst, it's just us. Waiting for it.
Yo, that's hilarious. He's like, I didn't have enough time to edit it. That's awesome, dude.
But yeah, dude. This all stemmed from us talking about the 3 kind of sections of MadMinds.
Yeah.
You already know what time it is. MadMinds Takeover. .com. Come check out the MadMinds and AYOO Chill at all the MadMinds events that we have going on this year. This year, 2025, has been one of the craziest years in the history of MadMinds. More shows, more people, more music, more artists, growing the community, and just living out our dreams. So if you want to get involved and or come to one of our shows and support the movement, become a part of the movement and a part of the MadMinds family, head over to madmindstakeover.com. Check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok, check out our YouTube. It's all a beautiful thing that we're continuing to grow, and we're one of the biggest people in Jersey doing it. So definitely go check that out, and you can go check out Turkish Royale as well, the main creator of MadMinds, and just tap in with us. MadMindsTakeover.com. Now back to a regularly scheduled podcast. I think the last time we were talking here on the podcast, we were all just talking about how much the team has grown too, and how much bigger roles that the team takes. We also talked about how the meetings and how things have just changed as well with those things.
Yeah, dude. I'd love to talk about that again.
Because I think it's like a weird back and forth. And you know what's funny? I've actually had this conversation a couple of times with people about us.
Doctor, I just wanted to say how much you had left in there.
How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, hold on.
This water is great.
Stop. Yes, delicious.
So I forget who I was talking to about this the other day. But I was like, me and Turk, we kind of function differently sometimes. But I think that's what makes our relationship beautiful.
Absolutely.
Because your vibes, you go with the flow, and I don't think that's a bad quality at all. I think those are great qualities. Me, I like things a little bit more strict.
Yeah,
organization, more organization and stuff, and just having consistency for me. And I think it's funny. I've actually think I've been trying to read into myself recently.
No, that's honestly, I do that. I think that's a huge thing for everybody.
And it's dude, I feel I struggle with ADHD sometimes, and I feel having those things for me
help you
just keeps me able to finish things, because that's the biggest thing. Sometimes you what is it called, hyper focus, I think it's called. And it's when you hyper focus, you can get things done. When you push yourself to the limit, or procrastinate and have to do little things like that, it's okay, it's I could definitely get it done no matter what, and it's funny.
I struggle with the ADHD to the max.
But you get things done. But that's the thing, is I've always been trying to work on having more of a balanced life, because I realized that stress for me affects me in such a negative way that I'm okay with that stress, but I'm only okay with that stress. Well, I'm okay with that stress whenever, but I found that I live a better life when I only get that stress in the moments that it's life just hits you with it.
Absolutely.
I'd rather have it as least many times as possible, and rather just balance that stress out. Yeah. So it's a more of a genuine, relaxed full life.
And I respect that so much, because I struggle with organization so much, and I was actually listening to Alex Hormozy. You familiar with him?
Yeah, no, he's great.
And he was describing how, there's 2 types of people, and they actually work really well together. And a lot of times they'll have conflicts because they're assigning negative qualities to the other person's thing. Like you being organized to a person like me might come off negative, versus me being so chaotic to a person who's organized might come off negative. But he said in reality, they need each other to function. So I think he called them creators and managers, or like organizers and something. I forgot his 2 words that he used. But essentially, like, and he described it so well because it resonated with me so deeply. It was like the organizer, the manager, operates within a calendar. And I know so many people like this, and I envy them. Like, I look at you and I'm like, dude, how is he so organized? Like, how does he know what's happening on what day? Like my boy Chaz with the wedding. Like, dude, this guy's calendar is out of control.
Oh no, Chaz I look at that and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, no, he's a robot. And he worked really hard to get there. Like, that's not by accident, But these people, they are being productive in a calendar block. So they're saying, oh, you want to be productive? Let's get on a meeting. And that's you, right? Let's get on a meeting. This is a productive thing, a meeting. Versus to a creator, a meeting is like the opposite. It's like, I'm supposed to be doing something. Why am I in a meeting? And he was explaining how a person that's like me, I don't know what word to use again, but it was like, when you wake up with a clear schedule, you feel like, finally, I could be productive because there's nothing that's going to take me anywhere. I need to sit down, and with no limits of time or being anywhere, I can dive into whatever million things that I think I need to handle today, right? Versus the creative, organized person is like, oh no, what am I going to do today? There's nothing on my calendar. I need to be productive. Let me fill this calendar with stuff. So it reminded me of me and you too, because I know I need that in my life. Oops, sorry. You're good. I know I need that in my life because I'm so easily lost in the sauce that those meetings that, because of you, we're doing every week now. I don't think we've missed a week.
No.
Have we missed a week? I mean, I've missed a week.
We've never missed a week that was super necessary.
Oh, we've like postponed or done like a quick spark note. We've postponed,
or like, for example, like very rarely now, like, because now it's almost like I don't think we would be able to do what we do without the meetings now.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even care to find out, to be honest.
Because I think there's some points where, like, I think maybe in the middle of the summer or whatever, where it was like we had 3 weeks between a show and it was really like just a break week. And I'm not going to lie, like, to start Monday off.
Monday night meetings.
Have that Monday, my 8:00 meeting where I'm like, damn, I'd rather be like, just chilling or like,
anywhere else.
Anywhere else than be in this meeting, bro. It's
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I get the feelings too because they suck, but and that's why also too, like sometimes like I'll listen to our guys talking a meeting and I'll be like, hey guys,
beat it up.
I know you. We all want to share, and then it's funny because I think some people in the meeting, I feel like they still don't understand kind of like the guidelines I've kind of put there. And that's fine. But sometimes they'll start going off on a tangent.
You're like, that's for later.
And then I'll be like, hey guys, that's for later. And they're like, well, where the fuck am I supposed to say this? And I'm like, guys, when we started this, I clearly said, how we're going to run this and how it's going to be. And I was like,
you know who you are.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, and if you want to do, say what you want to say, we'll have a side meeting. Or, what's funny? They could always come up to me and be like, "Hey,
exactly.
I want to talk about this, but
make time for it in the meeting, in the agenda."
Yeah, we have the same meeting every week.
Well, here's what I would say. Here's what I would say to the meetings and stuff. And again, this is all to your credit here.
I appreciate it, dog.
No, like I said, for me, like that kind of stuff is hard for me. Like to be somewhere at the same time every week, to sit through a meeting where I feel like I already know what I got to do. Like I necessarily don't need to be here. I feel like, but that's my previous way of thinking. I've learned a lot about it. And I guess just some insight for the people at home, right? Because of AYOO Chill, we got more organized. We got the meetings every week, 8:00 Monday. And it's basically just, what would you call it? A summary of previous shows, what we want to do for the next shows, what we can improve, what we did well, what we didn't do well, or if anybody on the team has any things going on for themselves.
I think that's a big thing.
Yeah, it helps us plug in. I think beyond all that, which that part I think is great, and it helps us all be on the same page and operate well. But the real gift that I think it's brought is that it's bringing us closer and closer as a team, and it's making the communication easier, the expectations clearer. Like it gives us an opportunity, hour or 2 weeks every week, to just talk, to hash out our ideas, to see how other people are thinking, how they're operating. Let's say I've neglected something that somebody's brought up multiple times, and I'm not even realizing, but now it's an obvious thing that I'm the only one
that's being brought up during the meeting. There's been some times where I'm like, oh,
you know,
didn't know that was happening.
and like I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so for like honest communication. I would rather somebody tell me, if you're my friend, I'd rather you curse at me and tell me exactly how you feel than bottle it up and pretend like it's all good and just not fuck with me anymore. Like, you see how me and Rick are, you know, like, but that's my favorite thing about my friendship with him is that, like, even though our words can be like harsh because we think it's hilarious. I think me and him, we're like, you fucking idiot, you know, and maybe that's toxic. I don't know.
I think everybody has their own worlds.
Yeah.
And I think in your guys' world, it's not toxic.
It's not, yeah. But on the outside looking in.
From a third person perspective, bro, it's like I'm watching y'all destroy each
Nah,
other.
but
And then
look.
I'm like, please. And then you guys are like, what do you
Happy
think?
birthday,
And I'm
Rick.
like, I don't want to be in here. Please get me out. He's like, no, I'm being dead ass. I hate you, bro. And I was like, are you being dead ass?
No. And in our perspective, it's like, I just love that when I'm, you know, talking to a friend like that, I don't need to think about the words I'm going to say so much as just saying what I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. And to me, like, that's healthy. You know, to me, it's like, oh yeah, I said a stupid word that somebody else might have been offended by, but to him, he knows my intention behind the word. So I'd rather him tell me, like, when he's upset, bro, he'll tell me, like, nah, for real, I'm fucking pissed off right now. Cool, let's talk about it. You know, you're my dog. We got to figure it out. So I kind of like that about the meetings too, because I feel like it gives the people a room to open up and communicate and share their ideas and
be heard.
And even if I'm not doing, or somebody else isn't doing a good job of hearing somebody, there's so many people in the pack to autocorrect, to adjust. Hey, just so you know, Turk, like, I think you should really pay attention to this right now. Oh, word, my bad. I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't realize I made you feel that way, or I was neglecting this issue. Like, I feel like that happens with merch all the time. Jesus. Yeah. You know, like, I feel like the merch, I'm
that's why I said that before. Know? I was like, yeah, no, because I remember.
Is that what it was? See what I mean?
No, because it was like in the middle of the meeting. I was totally like, you know, I was like, sometimes I zone out and shit like that. I'm listening, but like, you know, sometimes I'm just fucking typing and shit. I'm like typing, and then like, Matt comes out of nowhere. And he's like, yeah, maybe if you like told me and we actually got some merch out, you know what I mean?
Yo,
and then you're like, and you were like, no, I did get it out. He's like, no, you didn't, and then just went off. And I was like, how do I write this in the notes?
How do I take this in the notes?
I was like, oh,
Turk has neglected the merch. All right,
but it was dope because then it was just like, you know, yo, it wasn't like
that's
a beef,
my bro.
But
that's
like,
what I mean. It's never gonna be beef. Like, I'm glad he vented that, because then I also realized, oh, like, it's at the boiling point. Like, I can't neglect it. To me, you know, to him, that's like his number one priority, which is fire. That's why we have a merch guy. Like, God
he's
bless.
the head of merch.
Yeah, you're doing your job. I'm glad you're mad at me. And for me, it's like, man, if everything went well but the merch, the show was a success. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel, which is fucked up when you're the merch guy, because it's like, dude, this is the most important thing to me. So finding that balance and figuring that out, and now me and him are going to lock in and figure out ways to be more efficient with it. And like, that's a learning process. And yeah, the meetings have given me so much to like, it's changed my mentality from just a dude doing shows with his friends to kind of like, oh, this is like an organized business. And like, I never wanted to necessarily be in like a position of authority over anybody ever. I don't think I am still, but like, to unfortunately or fortunately, like, I have conversations with my girl's mom, who's like a great mentor, where I'm like, here's where I'm at. Like, I got these people that are, you know, kind of like not relying on me in any way, like important in their lives maybe, but relying on me in this endeavor that we're on, you know, and I'm trying to navigate this thing, because I don't like authority and responsibility. Like, responsibility and this guy, that's the last thing I ever wanted. But as I get older, I'm 30 now. It's like, I got so much responsibility. You know, I got all facets of my life. I'm being a responsible human being, which I never thought would happen. And it's like really forcing me to just process like my place in life. You know, like you were saying, that self-reflection is so important. And like, the way I treat people is going to change how they act and how much progress we make as a team. And like, the way I communicate, I think I got to become a better communicator. Like I'm saying, it's all fun and games with Rick, but that'll only take you so high. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I think I need to level up as just, it's making me reflect so deeply that I'm like, oh snap, I need to level up if this is going to go to that next level. And I think you were in the group chat. I'm sending I'm getting all hyped up and like doing self-development and reading and business stuff. I'm sending it to the group chat now because I'm realizing if everybody levels up, not just me, we're unstoppable.
Yeah, dog. And I think it's I've said this to you before, but like, you know, in not a weird way, but like you're a leader. You know what I mean? Like I
don't like the way it makes me feel, but I'll take it. I appreciate you.
No, like, but that's literally what it is. Like, you know, I know I came into this this MadMinds universe pretty late in the game, considering the history. And you know, I'm very appreciative of like, you know, the like level of authority I've been given, and like,
yeah,
you know,
you're a pivotal member, bro. You came in. You know what it is also? It's like you got to give credit to the talent. Like you are so talented. You know what I mean? So, and like same thing with a lot of our people. Like raw talent is kind of irreplaceable. You know, all that other like organizational stuff, and this isn't a shot at anybody because this isn't the part of you that's necessarily important, but to the team functioning. But the organizational stuff, there's people that are organized everywhere. Yeah. But talent, like talent is rare. And talent is the gold, you know, and you're full of talent. So many of our members are so full of like talent, and certain people are just so full of like so many other things, like so much love. Like Rick is such a super supportive, loving, like he cares so deeply. Like that's a talent in its own way, you know, where like he feels like, oh, this is mine. Like this is my family. This is my team. This is my movement. And he runs with it. Like that's not easy to find. Yeah. And those are the things that I feel like we need to lift up and give people like more light, more shine, because it just amplifies everybody's shit.
And yeah, and I totally agree, and thank you. And hell yeah. You know, the thought I was trying to finish was no, you're good. No, you're good. No, I think that added a lot to it too. I think like you're a leader, and even though like I've been given like a certain level of seniority, you know, or like, you know, I guess seniority is the best way to
definitely
put it. A certain level of seniority, like I still like, I'm always just like I when I really think about it, I'm like, even though I am like, you know, part of the MadMinds, I am a MadMind. Like I'm like, damn, like Turk is still the person I turn to for all this. You know what I mean?
I
like if I look towards anything, like for example, like MadMinds Live is one thing. You know what I mean? And that's like, you know, our child.
It's a beautiful child.
You know,
he's a beautiful baby.
When it comes to like MadMinds Takeover, like I wouldn't step down if you ever told me you're like, yo, like say for example, like we had a takeover plan and you're like, yo, I'm really sick, like I can't do the show, can you fill in? Like I would have no problem. I'd be like, yeah, dude, of course, I got your back. But there would be a part inside of me where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta be Turkish Royale. That's wild. That was like,
you would kill that.
And
you
the
would
thing
crush.
that you do, you know, Rick, and now you know Rick too. Like I think
he
seeing
stepped up big,
his
bro.
growth throughout, you know, too. Yeah. Like it's like watching that too is like beautiful. But even like Rick, me, and when me and him like even talk like back and forth with ourselves, we're like, yeah, we got to run this back by Turk, you know.
Hell
and
yeah.
I think that's a big thing, and I think too, like I see it in the community. You know what I mean? I have no problem. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You know, like it's huge. I think it's huge. You know, it's funny because I don't think it's a bad way. I think it's just we're different. Yeah. You know, but the community treats you a little bit differently, like how they treat me in some certain aspects. Because I feel like mainly MadMinds. Like when I think of MadMinds, even though I think about the team, like you're still like our leader, like you're like the face of it.
That's
you know
so
what
crazy
I mean?
to me, right?
So I think but that's dope. You know what I mean? And sometimes they even get that. Sometimes with even we have guests who come in the MadMinds Live, and they're like, oh, they start like people who know me before, like obviously like you know DDJ, but there's like other guests that we haven't known as well, and then all of a sudden they get introduced to me, and then it kind of they see the picture now once we get up on stage, once we do our shows, once we do the MadMinds Live, but you're still like the forerunner of all of that, you know?
Yeah. So I'm so like tone deaf. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just so like delusional through it all that I don't look at it that way.
I think it's a I don't know necessarily if it's delusion. I think there's a certain time where there's things to be humble about, and there's certain times, you know, where you know you're like, yo, we're MadMinds.
Yeah, no, when I'm talking about MadMinds between my friends, you know, that's different. Yeah, like, no, but seriously though, think about it. When I'm not in that room, I don't talk about. When I'm not in a meeting, I'm not talking about MadMinds the way I'm talking about it to you. You know, when I'm with you or Rick or whoever, I'm like, we're the greatest ever. You know, but when I'm outside, I'm like, nah, bro, we're just doing the best we can. And I feel like both can be true. Like, I feel like maybe Russ was saying it, but like optimistic delusionalism or something like that in his book, where he's like, you had to think you were the greatest rapper of all time when you were fucking trash, which I definitely suffered from that. And I feel like that now. And like, since I've grown and gotten a perspective on it, I'm aware that, I mean, a part of this is delusional, but that's so important, because if you can't believe it, if you can't see it in your mind, you're never going to hold it in your hands, bro. So like, no, but I love that though. I don't like the idea of like, I've never treated anybody differently because of their position. You know, like I treat my managers the same way I treat my coworkers, the same way I treat the janitor, the same way I treat the president of the United States. Like, I really don't care. I just want to be myself, and if you're cool, I'm cool. If you're not cool, I'm still gonna be cool. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, of course.
People can't even like upset me, to be honest.
Yeah, no, and I totally get that. But like,
so
when the team looks for like answers, and stuff,
no, I get that.
We're always looking at you.
When I need answers at work, I'm looking to my manager. So I get that, and I, that's what I mean. I've had to kind of come to grips with that, you know, because it's like, that's not where I'm comfortable. You know, like being in a position of responsibility for decisions. Yeah. But now in my own house, that's kind of who I'm becoming, or became, you know, and like in my job, kind of, I'm becoming that in a little bit. Are you done? All right. So, speaking of being responsible, I'm kind of thirsty.
Yeah, no, I think the water is delicious.
Man, I'm not even close.
No, I was just really thirsty today.
I drank a lot of water at work. Mm-hmm. But nah, dude, all things considered, let me ask you, who's your favorite artist at MadMinds?
That's tough, bro. That's really tough.
Who makes you the most excited when they're about to go on stage? And this is no shade at anybody else. They're gonna understand.
Who makes me the most excited when they get on stage?
Like their name gets picked on that wheel, or you know they're about to perform. I mean, I know you got 2 or 3 names popping in your head right now, and I just want us to have like, you know,
I think
best of 3.
The best of 3. Oh man, this is tough, bro.
I just wanted to put you on the spot like that.
Nah, it's cool. It's just I take so long with these answers.
No. Let's go. No more thinking. Just go.
Shug is up there.
Shug, hell yeah,
is up
go.
There. I just love his music. He's such a cool talent.
Hell yeah,
he's definitely up there. It's funny. It's not that I hate to say it, but like, it's just that I know that there's so much more in him. So I don't want to give. I want to give him praise, but I don't want to give him too much praise. See, so crazy.
Well, why are you so hard on my boy all the time,
bro? Because like, dude, dude, like, there's a certain point. What I tell you, my opera teacher told me when I first came into the room.
Tell me.
What'd you tell me? She was like, "You're good, but you refuse to be great."
Don't say that about my boy. Steve.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like I could tell that there's greatness in him.
He's great.
And all of the teachers that I've ever had musically, they never gave it to me at first. And then when play that back. Oh no. Okay. We'll restart that.
Okay. I love you, bro.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Okay. None of my music teachers would tell me, like, you know, like how they thought I was talented. Like, they would always, like, you know, I think there's a balance to like ego. I think there's a balance to also just like, you know, let someone grow. Don't give them a ceiling that they could easily reach. But there's a balance to it too. And that's why I always try to keep it.
Yeah, you got to kind of keep it humble.
I try to keep it because it's like, you know, like, for example, after I did the Nessun Dorma at the MadMinds Live, right?
Amazing.
I felt like when I left that performance, like I had hit my goal of hitting like what I perceived to be like
great.
Yeah, like if I had to score it like 1 to 100%, I probably hit it like anywhere between like 85 to 90% of what I wanted to do, which for me at that time was like
you got an A-.
very successful for me. And it's funny, I performed that same way to my new teacher, and you know she tore it apart. Good. She tore it apart. She told me a whole bunch of different places where it's like this and that, and you know, when you see greatness in somebody, you keep pushing them to
Tap into
shoot for that greatness the same way when they were not as great. Because you know, as you get greater, you're just like, oh, you start getting more comfortable. And it's like, for me, I see CISO and I'm like, dude, that ceiling is so much higher for you. And you don't even see it yet, you know? And
you're out. We love you, Dave.
We love you, Dave.
You want us to lock up when we're done? Yeah. Okay. Do you know how?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Just lock the front and go out the back?
Yeah. I got you, Dave.
Love you, Dave.
Thank you. Yeah, see,
it's like you know what? That's good.
Yeah, that's where it really comes from, because a lot of people do get confused with that, you know.
Yeah, because it feels like you just always.
Yeah, it feels like it, but it's
you never just say great job.
No, but I have even in this podcast I said, you know, like I was like, you know, I've seen how much he's grown, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think there's certain people where like I'm like, bro, I see a spark in you, and I was like, I'm not your mentor to lead you to that spark, but I'm just letting you know from an outside perspective.
Yeah, you got
with someone who sees a lot of people and who's like dedicating his life to looking at a lot of people. You know what I mean? You could feel however you want about me.
No, I think he respects it.
But yeah,
I mean, I respect it, and it's kind of like you know, they treat me like that at work, which is weird to say, and it was pissing me off at first. And one day I said, bro, what is it with you, bro? Like, look at that guy. He's not doing anything. Like, I'm beating these guys in their numbers. Like, what more do you want? And he was like, dude, you could be one of the best guys here. No doubt about it. Like, you could be the next, you know, top guy. But you don't try hard enough. And I'm like, I don't want to try hard enough. It's not what I want to do in my life.
Yeah, nothing makes anybody crazier than being in that position, you know. And it comes.
Which position? The manager's position?
Being in the position, whether it's a manager or anybody else, usually comes from somebody who has a little bit more experience. Because if not, like, they wouldn't feel that type of way. But like, for example, like even like my opera teacher, that sentence that you told me, you're good, but you refuse to be great. That means exactly that she heard things, she saw things, and she needed no more proof to know where I could go and to be like, you're just not applying yourself.
You're just not doing the hard work necessary.
And it's like, she's like, there's only two ways that this goes. I either hold your hand and we do this step by step, but you could flourish if you want it. So it's like the easier way, believe it or not, is to find out the easier way, not easier way. It's literally like opposite. It's like you need to want it. How do I help you?
That's so funny, because that's the exact conversation I was just having with one of the guys there, and he was trying to say, like, how do we incentivize people to do more? And the whole conversation was, I think that's it right there on top of the remote. The whole conversation was that I was telling him, like, I don't think you can necessarily inspire somebody that doesn't want to be inspired. Like, I think that there's plenty of incentive out there to do more, to work harder, to find a mentor, to do anything. And I don't think anybody's really... I think it's, like you said, is the easier but the harder thing, because it's so hard to just reflect on yourself so deeply and so truthfully. You know, like, how do you look at yourself and tear apart your hard work without your ego getting in the way? So, like, I think so many people don't want to do the self-development, the accountability. The biggest thing that ever changed my life, and maybe this will help the people at home, because, you know, I grew up, everybody knows, but if they don't, I grew up poor as shit. Terrible household, chaotic as hell. Parents don't know nothing about money or success, don't speak English, and it's just me growing up with my two siblings. One of them is getting into mad trouble, doing degenerate things. One of them had to leave at the age of 18 and go fend for herself and go to college and pay her own way and work 3 jobs while she did it. So I had one, like, great example, but she wasn't around me all the time. I had my brother who was doing degenerative things, and he was kind of in and out the house. And then I just had 2 parents that, you know, were fighting and not really, you know, living a good life. My dad was homeless for the longest time. My mom had to figure out how to pay all the bills by herself. So during that time, it was very easy to blame the circumstances, you know, to blame the world, to say, man, if my parents had money, or if my brother, or if my sister, or whatever, if the government, if the president, if whatever the fuck, if my teachers, I don't know who it was, but it was always somebody else's problem that I was in the situation I was in. And I started listening to Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn was like, you know, you need to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I was like, damn, blood, that cooked.
Yeah.
You got to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And he said it just like that, like, duh, you don't know that? And he really taught me like personal accountability, and that changed everything because I realized everything that you have in your life in this moment is directly a result of your own like actions. Maybe not everything. Unfortunate things happen. You get a kick in the nuts by life sometimes, and you just got to eat that. That's like I think Alex Hormozy called it the life tax. You just sometimes you get kicked in the nuts, and you can't do it. You got to suffer like a man. Go ahead. But besides that, everything else is up to us. And like, you know, watching my sister and my brother make their different choices and end up with their different results was like the first proof I needed. They grew up with the same parents I did. They grew up with the same financial circumstances I did. And, you know, my sister paid for college, worked 3 jobs, got a good career and did all these things. And, you know, my brother had a lot of other great assets going for himself, like dope friends, cool ass experiences, wild things that most people would dream of seeing that he got to see. So I got to kind of see both of those, but, you know, financially and stuff, that was a totally different situation. But that's the biggest thing I ever learned is, like, whatever you're doing, whether it's your career, your music, your art, your life, your money, your friendships, your anything that you are not where you want to be at right now, anything, you just got to take full responsibility for it. Full 100%. It's not anybody, even if you have valid reasons to blame. Like, you know, my parents did grow up, like, in a shitty situation, and my life wasn't the best. That's not my fault. I was just a kid. But anything beyond that is up to me. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to grow up in this apartment my whole life. I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life. Fuck that. So whatever you're doing, bro, chasing your dreams, living a good life, working a 9 to 5, you want that promotion, you want to get more money, you want to make more friends, you want to have a better relationship with your wife, just take full accountability for it. It's your life, it's your friendships, it's your money. And figure out what you're lacking, because it's okay to be lacking something. It's okay to not be doing something right. If you're too blind to admit that you're not doing something right, you're never going to be able to fix it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And every few years I got to come back to that because you get comfortable, you get delusional again.
Yeah, and there's a certain point where I think retirement, whatever that is in my life, is always going to be about, you know, getting to that comfortability. But like I said, yeah, I think that's where there's many times in your life, in at least the classical musician world, where I was learning lessons about life. I didn't even realize there were lessons about life.
Fire.
You know, because it was
that
like,
was well said.
I was really fortunate when I started playing euphonium when I was, like, you know, young. I was the worst musician in my class. Leaving
That's crazy.
middle school.
That must have sucked.
Like, I was literally like the bottom of the barrel.
That must have sucked.
Yeah, and like it was to the point where like they had I forget what it was called, but it was like an honor society for music, and I wasn't even like in it, you know.
Not even.
And it was like I wasn't even invited. Like, I wasn't in there, and no one was surprised that I wasn't.
That's so sad.
And
I love you. Dude.
Yeah, but it changed
hilarious.
a lot during high school, because then, you know, I found out a lot of stuff, and it was funny because in my high school, a lot of people looked up to me, and they were like, "Oh, you're the best in the high school."
No way, really.
But then like when I was
you became the best during high school.
like the best in my instrument, yeah, and like one of the best, like, I think, like, musicians during that time, where it was whoa.
So you went from the bottom to the top.
Yeah,
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, relatively, like, in our Triborough
Of
town and
course.
stuff, you know. But like at that age, that's all you know.
Of course.
So like, you know, being the top of the town is like, oh my god. And but you know, you would get out of this top of the town stuff, and then you'd go into, like, you know, real life.
Top of the town.
And like, you know, you're auditioning. I was auditioning for the top bands in New Jersey. And then when I got in there, and I was like, oh snap, there's people who are better than me.
Yeah, of course.
And so now, like, I'm living that world, and then coming back to my world, and then realizing, like, oh snap, like, even though, like,
They get humbled real
all these
quick.
people are giving me super validation all the time, like, I'm like, inside, I'm like, oh damn, like, there's a higher level to this.
I feel like athletes face that all the time. You know,
Yeah,
you're the best in your school, and then you go to, like, states, and you're like, damn, I am not the best that I thought I was. And it makes you just get that much better. Yeah. And there's those incremental changes at the top that change everything. So, like,
If you're looking for the best studio in Jersey to either host your parties, record your music, record a podcast, and just work with great people in the industry, Alpha Wave Studios is the #1 place to go to. Alpha Wave Studios has helped build up MadMinds, has helped build up AYOO CHILL. The brand new home of the podcast is here at Alpha Wave Studios. And I honestly couldn't be happier. The owner, the workers here, all genuinely put in their lives, their heart into everything that they do. And I couldn't work with better people. And honestly, I believe that this stage has the best, or if not one of the best audio systems in Jersey. And with an audio team to match the quality of what they're producing is absolutely insane. So if you're trying to book your next event, if you're trying to host a show, if you're trying to record a podcast, record some music, record a music video, Alpha Wave Studios is the place to do it. So tap in with Alpha Wave Studios on Instagram. You can also do bookings through their website as well. Alpha Wave Studios. Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
You know, it's all started with C So Crazy, and I think he's amazing, and so do you.
I do.
And I like that you're always,
I'm
always
just a little
pushing
bit
him
harder
because
than
that just means you expect so much more greatness out of him.
I do.
And I do think he has it. Like musically, bro, his music is top notch. Genuinely, like I literally bump it.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic. There's other songs. You know what's funny? I texted him just the other day. You know what's funny? I texted him just the. I'll pull up the text real quick.
What'd you say to him?
I texted him the other day because I was listening to one of his songs that was on the MadMinds playlist. Now playing at MadMinds Live.
Not playing at MadMinds.
Not playing at MadMinds, and
tap into that on Spotify. Shout out to Rick curating the playlist.
See So Crazy. I texted him on Thursday, and I texted him because I heard this lyric that I like, and he said, "I know we all make mistakes in this life, but why my mistakes always calling my phone?" And I'm like, that shit is fire.
That's
bro.
so
I was like,
fire,
that's a deep line, bro. Like I just like there was other fire things that he had in that song, but I was like,
that line is stupid crazy.
That one just resonated with me at that point.
We all make mistakes. Why my mistake always calling my phone?
That's crazy. I was like, yo, block. I'm blocking, bro. Why do you block them, bro? Why are you crazy? This whole conversation stemmed from our top performers. So why don't we say that? And I'll go first. So
that's awesome. You just put him in your top performance category too. So, I mean to put that in perspective.
But, like I hate doing it, but like
because
I do.
It's because you don't want him to get comfortable.
Yeah, I don't want.
That's so fire.
He has so much more going for him.
That's so fire. I think he'll blow up. If he keeps pushing it and he keeps improving at the rate he's going, there's nothing stopping these guys.
Sugar's up there. C's is up there. You know what's funny? I haven't seen her best performance at MadMinds, but Irene.
Oh, dude, she's amazing.
I think I honestly felt I saw my favorite performance of hers at the Vanguard Theater.
Yeah, you told me
Montclair.
about that. It's a perfect setting for her.
It was insane. And there's other people I feel like that way about, like, that I just feel like they're not in. Unfortunately, like MadMinds is a dope setting. Yeah. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's the. I don't want to say the correct ideal is the word. Yeah. It's not the ideal setting all the time. Because sometimes on the MadMinds Live, it really depends on the vibe of the room. And sometimes people perform and they do a crazy performance, and then having to lead up after that, it's like, oh snap, you might be doing a 180 on the vibe. And
didn't they have like a full band for her?
They had a full band.
Yeah, and it was like
so
super
talented.
intimate and like. You know, like you jazz music would pop off at MadMinds Live, but it's one thing to be doing jazz at MadMinds Live, and it's another thing to be at a jazz club full of jazz. Yeah, exactly. You're sitting and it's ambiance. It's a different ambiance.
And another person who like I love too, and it's funny because like again, like I feel like it could be a little bit of biased, but I think since day one when I heard her music, I was just like, this is different to the point where. Let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence. I was like, when I first heard her music, I was like, this is different to the point where I understand it coming as an artist perspective that she's going for something, but to other people who are not rocking with her vibe, they could easily look at her music and be like, man, this is not, I don't like this, I don't think it's good.
Suspense is killing me.
It's Cece Camacho.
Okay, great. I had no idea where you were going with that.
I love Cece Camacho.
She's fire.
I really like her music. I think it's different. She has a different vibe. She uses her vocals in a very interesting way.
She does.
And it's just like we've never gotten into too much she's sent me music before and be like, how do you think I should do this in a set list or something? And I was like, okay, I think this song works, whatever, because I love those conversations where I'm just like, of course. I've always thought about being a performance coach too, because I think I could really help some of these guys. But you know, there's songs that are meant to perform, and there's other songs that even though it's going to be an incredible song, unless you're in the right setting, it's not going to translate, or unless you have your fans there.
I'm really glad you just added those, because I was going to disagree with you if you were just going to say there's certain songs that aren't meant to be performed, because I was thinking your fans and the room would make the biggest difference.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you have fans who everybody knows the words, that's great.
Yeah.
You know? But there's certain songs where it's like, you have to think about sometimes general.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, okay, if nobody knows,
Yeah, no,
if nobody knows me in the audience,
it's not.
How am I gonna get them to feel? You know, how am I gonna get them to move?
Because believe it or not, bro, back in the day when I was really performing heavy and I had dropped my mixtape, Tales for Tomorrow, the songs that were least likely to be those like general performance songs, the ones that were like slow and like really deep and personal, and I'm like singing, doing like weird, like testing my limits musically, they would pop off the hardest at my shows. And I was bringing heads out to perform, so like they would all sing it with me and we would all cry together, like that shit. But then you couldn't take that same song, like, to your credit, like to a random performance in New York City where nobody knows you and I'm just rolling up with Rick. I'd have to do that like standard, like just song that'll mesh with every crowd kind of a performance where I know I can get them lit, I know I can make them feel what I'm saying, versus this one is like you kind of got to have a bond with me to appreciate, but that makes it that much better.
Yeah, for sure. And
but Cici Camacho, by the way, not to cut you off, but Cici Camacho, she is such a fire artist in the sense of like art as a whole. Like she is a creative mind, and her and Suge, they're like brother and sister. I had no idea for a while, but I found out, a couple years ago. But they both got such a magnetic aura. Like they go up on that stage, and it's like you just can't help but be filled with like their positive energy. Like I don't know what it is, that quality. I don't know what word, like charisma. I don't know what word you can give that magnetic energy, but they have a truly magnetic energy. Both of them. Like when they go up there, the room feels it. Yeah. Like certain people, we see a lot of performers. Certain people go up and it's almost like there's like a wall. There's like a wall between them and the crowd. And then other people go up there like them, and it's like that wall is just destroyed. And it's just like, fuck that wall, we're here now. And I love that. Those kinds of people, they're special.
Yeah.
Good picks, dude.
Yeah, I mean those are probably like my top 4 in the MadMinds universe. There's other people who obviously like get it, but
there's so many artists.
Yeah, there's so many artists,
and they're also different. It's kind of like that was a gotcha question, and you kind of aced it, but there was no winning that. Yeah, there's like what about Laudito? I saw him give one of the best performances of my life.
Yeah, dude, Laudito's nuts.
Just
bro.
6 hours.
Yeah, 6
go.
Yeah, 6 hours is insane. Misfit, obviously.
We just saw waking Ivan Renquinto waking like bro. What Misfit? Did we say we just said Misfit? Right? Like, Misfit, dude. Yeah. Come on.
A lot, even some of the people who we've had as featured artists for the MadMinds Live, some of the best performances I think I've seen all years.
You know who is sick? Poet Cloudy.
Yeah.
Did you see what he posted? It went viral on the Instagram. Shout out to Cloudy, bro. He was messaging me. He's like, yo, this is gonna blow up. Blew up. He was not kidding, bro.
No, he's really dope.
He was amazing.
I loved him. I loved the yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? Even just looking back at all the artists we've had as like featured,
that's a hell of a
crazy.
Lil Twin and Mizzy Coke.
Bro,
oh my
God.
They're
opening up for Gucci Mane.
I saw that. Was it Gucci Mane or was it? I think it is Gucci Mane. Yep, you called it.
Gucci Mane. Yeah, in Brooklyn, dude. They're gonna knock the roof off.
And you know what? Shout out to you guys, bro. They are relentless about networking. They're hitting us up. Ask Rick. They're like, when are we coming back on? When are we coming back on? When are we coming back? Literally anytime, right? Should we just put them on the next lineup, bro? Because they were arguably one of my favorite performances ever.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Left, right, I think having them at Williams Center, bro,
for Bobby Shmurda,
would be nuts, bro.
They might watch this, bro. Be careful, bro.
I know I'm being careful, but I'm saying, dog. I'm sorry that I had to drop it, but like,
I love that, bro.
We haven't really had a conversation about that.
Can I tell you what I would love? Total side note. Mm-hmm. I would love for like Kill Tony or somebody to be a panelist at MadMinds Live.
Dude, that would be nuts. He would have ripped every verse.
I would love it. I would love it. him or like a Mark Normand or even like an Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
We should go to New York City and we should go tap into WTF Podcast Studios, which is their boy Alex's podcast studio that they film out of. And we should just tap in with somebody. Even if it's their boy Mark. You know, their boy Mark with the long hair? I love that dude, bro. He's always teaching about religion on his
we still got a lot of connects to the comedy scene.
Let's go,
and
bro.
the dojo still has a lot of connects there, too.
Let's go, bro.
They have a lot of... We just haven't been there we haven't been there in months.
I'm so torn, bro, because I feel like if we just took the time and effort now, we would be able to do so much, but I got no time.
Yeah, it's tough.
I got no time.
We definitely need to talk about even just having like people in the and maybe we could make that like a new responsibility within the team.
Somebody, please.
Yeah, just like yo, go out to these shows and network because like I've been trying to.
Do we want business cards?
Yeah, I think we should for sure. I think too because like even like Five Fest happened in Jersey City.
None of us went.
I
was looking at it on Instagram today and I was like, how did I miss this?
Yeah, because I went to the last one.
Exhausted yesterday.
I went to last year's and it was incredible, and that's actually how
we met.
That's what confirmed Rashad Wright for MadMinds Live.
He was so cool.
Yeah, he was great.
My name is Rashad Wright, even though I always do wrong.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was right.
I loved him.
Yeah, no, he was incredible. There's some people. Yeah, because
the memories we've made here, have been
insane.
Awesome, dude. And my favorite part of every show, and I think everybody knows it. What time is it?
7:24.
Damn, we've been cooking.
Yeah, we've been cooking.
It's been an hour and a half. My favorite part of all these shows, besides obviously the shows, is the parking lot afterwards.
Yeah, the ciphers,
like that's
fruity bars.
Stop. Hey, yo, chill me fucking. You'd be losing it.
I'd be the best rapper low key sometimes.
You know what? This is one of those things where you gotta be there to know what we're talking about. Like this is gonna incentivize them to come to the show because if you want to hear AYOO Chill spitting the nastiest bars of your life, and I mean that whatever way you want to take it, you gotta come to the after party, which is in the parking lot. But that moment in that parking lot with all the people, chiefing, beats playing, laughter. That's literally like my favorite thing in the world, bro, which is crazy. Like, you know, outside of like family and my dog, you know, besides that, that's it. Like those three things I could do that for the rest of my life. Just have my friends, family, dog, and that. I die the happiest, man. Yeah. I straight up. Damn, bro. Like we just, you know who's awesome? B-Corn, because he was just out there with us the whole time.
Dude, B-Corn's an incredible person.
One of the greatest human beings.
He's one of those people you meet, and it's just like, oh, like you're not just like just talented and in this industry.
No, you're a
like
good
great person.
Yeah, and I feel like we've met so many people like that, and like that's the blessing of what we're doing, bro. To be honest, and I can't wait to have like more great people, just more and more great people, and I feel like there's so much to see, so much to learn, and so much to give through this journey that we're doing. So glad we're doing it together, bro. Cause you're the fucking goat.
You too, dog.
We gotta tap in anything else.
We're making history in Jersey.
If you're artists from the New Jersey area, it's so funny because we literally have those on the soundboard.
Yeah, dog.
Nah, what else we gotta cover? Anything?
We covered a lot. I think also, like I said, like I feel like we should at least have like a monthly.
I was just gonna say once a month, maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of like
just
that.
Come and chop it up, bro.
I kind of like that a lot.
We've been a little bit separate these past couple of weeks, bro.
A couple of weeks. It's been a couple of months.
It has been. I was trying to be nice about it.
No, you're being a good guy, bro. You're being a good guy about it. I feel like I've been just ghosting.
No. Honestly, dog, there's a certain point where it's like, you know, you want to. I think it's natural to dissociate sometimes.
I also gotta like make time for my family.
Dude, I know. Like, I can only imagine.
When I'm ghosting, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, just no phone, don't look at it, don't talk to anybody. I'm just gone.
Dog, I fear having a girlfriend sometimes. Just thinking about like.
I mean, it's worth it.
Gotta make if
it makes you feel better, like it's worth it. Stop being such a pussy. Am I allowed to say that?
I don't know. This is the AYOO Chill podcast. You can say whatever you want.
Nah. On some real shit, we can talk about it. It's just like it's a responsibility. It's another responsibility, but it's and not to make it transactional because it's not transactional at all. It's a fulfilling, real, like it's for your heart, but it's an investment of your time, your effort. You gotta compromise. You gotta got to give your time and your energy, bro. And it's a seed that you're planting and you're watering, and it's well worth it. You know what I mean? And
yeah, dude. Family is the hardest thing to kind of look at, and you have to deal with life things too. People don't even realize we're dedicating our lives to like uplifting the Jersey community, music.
Mind you, before the last MadMinds Live, my brother getting locked up, scooped up from the door.
That was wild.
Yo, that was hilarious. Yo, guys, I'm being a little late. I got a bail con out, bro.
That was so funny because when you called me too, you're like, yeah, and I was like, that's cool. You'll figure it out. I was like, I already know. Like, if I was in like that position too, I would just be like, I don't want no questions. I don't want anything. Just let me do. I'll figure it out. We'll meet up. After.
He's a legend. He's a legend. Genghis Khan Varol, bro, the legend. I credit so much of my life to him, but. Yeah, we're dealing with it, bro. All of us. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the podcast. Like, when I hear what everybody's going through every day, it's like, what I will say, though, to that point is that's what I think fueled me and everything that I do and my creativity and my passion and my aspiration. So it's like, I think it's all blessings. I think it's all blessings.
Absolutely.
I don't think nothing bad is bad, Like, something bad happens to me, I'm a be an alchemist and I'm going to convert it to some gold, bro, for real. So, we're grateful. We should do this more often. We'll get another episode going.
Yeah, imagine we get Rick in here.
We need that, and we could do like 4 of us in here. We could do 6 of us in here. Like, we got options, and we're gonna do it. And
my thing only handles 4, but yeah, we have
that's
options.
Okay. We'll get it. What is that? That's a mixer.
Yeah, it's a little.
I think I have a 6-track mixer.
Word. We can figure it out.
We'll get it. But on that note, I've been doing weddings.
Yo. That's been crazy.
That's been nuts.
Actually, hearing you talk about it is funny. Bro, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yo, bro, hold
My
on.
bad, I didn't know about. I don't know
bro.
about.
What if they're watching, bro?
No, well, they're watching. They're happy customers.
No, I'm figuring it out as I go. Shout out to Finesse.
But you're killing it. I know. Like this is one of
it.
those things where like you can exploit yourself. No. Listen.
We're rebranding. I'm not DJ Turk anymore. I'm MC Turk.
I think that's what you were in the beginning. Regardless.
Yeah, but I was DJ Turk in the marketing.
Yeah, but like
I was selling DJ.
Whoever was that Chaz's fault? Chaz?
It was my fault.
Chaz, you were exploiting him for the wrong thing.
It worked.
No, it did work.
And
but
we've given 3 or 4 people the best night of their lives.
Yeah, dog. I think that's what it's all about. I think you would murder that stuff. It's kind of you have to sometimes exploit yourself for what you're really good at. And that's kind of what I'm learning right now too. Yeah. Is like with the singing and stuff.
Yeah, you're a beast.
That's what I'm really trying to push. And like yesterday night was a crazy night for me.
Awesome.
So it's like
it's crazy how the opera thing is taking you so far.
No idea.
I love that. That's how I feel about a lot of things. Yeah. That's how you know it's meant to be though.
Yeah,
I'm just like, your natural wave.
And I'm thinking about I'm really thinking about taking this next year. I think next year I might go for The Voice. I might audition for The Voice.
Oh my God, you would body it.
Yeah.
If you did Nessun Dorma.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's not so many. I've been doing so much research and just looking into
Who's doing it? That's what I was telling you about the fucking. You got upset with me. You said took it personally. A creep, even if it's an opera rendition, it's not like when I hear somebody do opera and do it well. That's like, where are you getting that ever? And like, it's one of those things that's universal. I don't care what words you're saying. You're crushing it. Like, beautiful. I'm crying. I don't know what the words are. It's just your voice. It's like tears are coming out of everybody in the room's eyes. Not many things have that effect on people. So when you were like, should I do Creep? And I was like, no, dude, it's not going to hit as hard as Nessun Dorma.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing, though, that like made me like, it was like, okay, if I have to double down on opera, that means that I have to do an operatic version of
No,
Creep.
that was sick.
Because like, I didn't want to.
That
like,
was sick.
Because that's the hard part of me, too. And that's where, like, my teacher would freaking smack me over the head with a bat and be like, why, like, you can't do Creep like operatic.
Well, what I would say to that isn't even that they're right or wrong, but it's just like, even when you do Creep, the reason why I think, even when you do an operatic version, even if you bodied it, and it would kill, it would crush, let's be honest. But the reason why I think the Nessun Dorma is even higher than that still is that
you got an orchestra playing behind you.
No. It's just that Creep is still familiar. It's still what I think I know. I'm going to start hearing the song in my head while you're singing, or I'm going to sing along. That loses that what am I experiencing moment. Like, what is he saying and what the fuck is going on right now that I'm crying for no reason? I don't even know what you're saying. Creep is English. I know what you're saying. I'm a creep. Okay, good job. What is Nessun Dorma? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that the surprise factor and the fact that I don't know what you're saying, but I still understand it, that's what I think it does. And not just that song, but I think if you did like any classic Italian or Spanish opera, it would just like carry such a niche weight, like this niche of a weight where it's like, because you're so good at it, where it's like, man, he is so good, and it just like hits your soul on another level, bro. Like, it's just, if you went on to like America's Got Talent or The Voice, I think you would standing ovation. I really think, I mean, every time I've seen you do it, you've gotten a standing ovation. I don't know many people getting standing ovations, period.
That's why I'm so glad. I appreciate it, dog. And
I'm glad your fucking coach is still roasting you through it.
Yeah, no, she definitely is, dog.
God bless her, bro.
She definitely is, because I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I know it's kind of side tangent, but if you want to be great in this world, I think that it's a very hard struggle of humility that you need to have, but also knowing that whenever you stop being that student that is ready to absorb as much information as possible, that's the more and more you become less of a student, the more and more you slow down your growth. And maybe who's to say?
Absolutely.
Who's to say, like, when you reach your peak? But I would like to think that I'm not even close to my peak.
Yeah.
That I have so much more to learn and keep going.
Good.
And I feel blessed to be, like, in the position I'm in, and I've worked my voice to this point, because I also want to tell people, even though I appreciate you even saying that, I got like raw talent, which, yeah, at this point I think I have to agree, because it's come from somewhere, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But,
well, you've also worked hard, but yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I have put in those hours and years, and just like, going for it. So I forget what my point was, but I think the point was, that humility that I get from my teacher, where she's just like, yeah, this is wrong. And I'm just like, and I want to look at her and be like, it's not, it's how I want to do it. Yeah. And she's like, wait, just listen. And then maybe you'll learn fucking something,
Well, my boy Chaz, he's got a piano instructor, and he's a lunatic. All right, so he's doing like 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours a day of piano practice. At one point, I don't know if he's still on it, but one day he came over and he showed me. He didn't know how to play piano when he moved to Maine. He came back. He showed me. It was like miraculous. I was like, dude, you are amazing. What the fuck happened? And he was like, sheesh, I wish you would tell my teacher that, because I was like, what do you mean? He said, dude, I can't even play 3 notes before he corrects the way my wrist is placed on this keyboard. Like, no emotion, no love, just strictly, no, you're doing it wrong. Do it like this. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. And to his credit, the teacher's credit, geez, you are raising a goddamn prodigy out there, bro. This guy is a beast, and he feels like he's got to go home and practice.
Dude, but that's the
but
thing.
I love that,
dude, and it's insane, because that's exactly the thing.
That's like
we were just in the studio with Dave, right?
Yeah,
we just in the studio. Dave listened to
5 hours. He said,
listening to the rendition of Creep, right? And what was I doing? I was just there listening very intently.
Yep, like that's wrong.
Be like, oh wow. That's wrong. That's wrong.
That part's actually right. I thought I didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't think I did it. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. There's a whole bunch of lessons there, but the biggest thing that I took away from that was like all those small adjustments. Even when you look at, and this is something I actually learned in sound engineering, the mastering engineers, bro. The mastering engineers, when the biggest artists in the world give their mix to the mastering engineers, dog, when I tell you that they're making adjustments of like half a decibel to like 1600 hertz, lifting it up, lowering it.
Crazy.
Like, it's like, but dude, it's nuts, because it's something to the point where their ears are so well trained that they can hear it. Have any regular person in there, they think it's the same. Yeah. All of a sudden, they show you what 4 hours of work just doing
little
the difference between
things.
this to this, and then you hear the difference, and you're like, how did you do that? And that's where like classical music's come in, and then they're just like, dog, I know that you don't think that this is a big deal, but if you consistently fix that one tiny little thing and I'll adjust it, it's going to create that big picture. And if I didn't have the engineering education behind me, I would have never agreed with it. I would have been like, but look at what it's doing to the people. I'm getting the effect that I want. And all this teacher is trying to tell me is like, that's fine. That's fine that you're getting that example. You're going to get that example. The music is beautiful, but you're not giving your full potential. Why, as a teacher, would I want you to go out there and show people not everything that you're made of? And even what's harder about that, and this is the last thing I'll say because I could go on a huge tangent about this.
I love this.
Is that my teacher told me, she was like, most, if not all, the most important performances in your life, you will not feel like your vocals are at 100%. She's like, it'll always be that time that you're in the car singing by yourself where you feel like you're singing the best you've ever sang in your life.
I believe
that time where you're at a bar and you're like, and you feel like it's the best performance you live your life. But when you get to the Sydney Opera House, when you get to Radio City, when you sing at
you'll feel like you didn't do it 100%.
You won't feel at your 100%.
You're also going to be a little nervous every time.
But all those little tiny things will let you show the greatness that you've been working at this whole time.
I agree.
And it's just like, damn. When you put it like that,
it makes you want to go harder.
It makes you want to go harder.
And we can end it on this. I think that what you said earlier ties into that's life advice.
Yeah.
You know, the greatest athletes, the greatest runner or the race car driver is beating the second place by a quarter of a second. Not even. Like, that's like an eon. You know, the greatest tennis player is hitting the ball just a little bit better, like this little increment better. And most people, they just want to be able to get the most for like the least effort. So like what you said, look at what they're doing. I'm able to do what I'm doing now and getting a massive reaction. And that'll get you good. But if you want to be great in anything or in your life, those minor adjustments, like they're tuning a fucking NASCAR or a F1 car, a little bit less air, a little bit more gas, so I can get a quarter of a millisecond faster on my lap time. And that's what's going to make you from number 1 to number 3. It's like those minor adjustments, bro. So if you're watching at home right now, man, dive in. Tap into the AYOO Chill podcast. Tap into MadMinds. You know we're taking over, bro. And we here, baby. Fucking, if you're an artist from the New Jersey area, you know what I'm saying? We're making history in New Jersey.
Word up.
Are we done? We could talk for another.
No, I could talk to you for the rest of the day, but my iPad's about to die. The Osmo died.
It died?
Yeah, I just looked at it now. It's definitely
Well,
dead.
we got to go to the All Chabine, and we got to go celebrate Rick's birthday,
Shout out
bro.
the Bean.
The Bean. The people don't know. That's the spot. You know, Rick made me leave a $40 tip on a $50 bill last time I went?
I'm not going to lie. I'm guilty.
Bro, I was like, what in the name of God are we doing? He said, those are my guys. I said, I respect it. I'm going to do it for you because you're my guy. But I would never. That's a 95% tip. By the way, you said something about being like, never mind.
What? No, you got to say it. You got to say it.
We got to rewind the tape because I forgot exactly how you said it, but you said you're the best top in New Jersey or something. You're the top something in New Jersey. And I was like, I wanted to say, what do you mean by that?
When did I say that?
You'll rewind it after this, but cut this part.
I can't cut it out now. You know that, yeah, chill, bro. We don't cut stuff out of here. We leave everything in, unfortunately, sometimes.
All right, yo. It's your boy Turkish Royale with the motherfucking MadMinds. Make sure you follow me on all platforms. Turkish Royale. That's Turkish Royal with an E at the end. And this is my bro, AYOO Chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what it is. AYOO Chill podcast on YouTube, AYOO Chill Studios on Instagram, also on YouTube. I died. Also on YouTube. Dude, if you want, if you can, no, you must head to ayoochill.com. That's AYOO chill.com. Cop yourself some merch. We got tote bags, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got.
You got mugs?
Yeah.
You owe me a mug.
All right.
You remember that? Nah, you remember that?
I do remember that.
You owe me a mug.
Yo, listen.
I got a mug collection. You took my mug.
You don't have a mug collection.
What
bro.
mug did you take?
You literally showed me 3 mugs, and you're like, I have a mug collection. And then I showed you my mug collection of like 20 mugs, and you're like, oh, that's a collection.
Oh no, I'm glad you went from 19 to 20. I could have 25. I could have added 33% to my collection, but you took the mug because you have more. What are we doing here? That's
Bro,
selfish.
What
mug was it?
It was a rooster spin. Remember?
I need that mug.
I'll give you I'll give you one.
It's been a year plus.
One of them we've been using for a while now. Actually, it went in rotation in my actually household mugs. So like, yeah, it's gonna be hard.
If you don't give me a fucking AYOO Chill,
I got you. I got your mug.
Shout out to the gang. Shout out to all the muds.
Yeah, shout out to all the bugs. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the AYOO Chill podcast. If you want to know anything that we're doing with the future, MadMinds shows, anything that's coming up, if you want to copy your ticket for the Misfit release party and
Rick's
Sly
birthday.
Rick birthday party over there at the Underground in Somerville, that's October 26th. You can copy your tickets now at MadMindsTakeover.com. If you want to purchase also and support, see the craziest show with the Mr. one and only Bobby Shmurda. You can hit that up. That's happening November 7th. We also have news coming soon for the MadMinds Live. I don't think it will be the first Wednesday that month, but we will figure it out.
It's not going to be the first Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely
we should
won't.
tell
It's too
David.
close. Yeah, we should tell David immediately. We could have told him right now. He literally came in the middle of the podcast.
We should have done it. Hey, by the way.
But yeah, that's basically it, bro. I love you, dog.
It's been real, bro.
And
To the next one, once a month.
Yeah.
Are we in?
Yeah, I'm in it. Let's get out of here.
Peace.